At least 15 people have been killed in a head-on collision between a bus and a truck on the M17 near Garankuwa in Tshwane. Emergency services are on the scene. The death toll is expected to rise. Our reporter Ofentse Setimo is on the story. Let's cross live to him now. Ofentse, what are you seeing on the ground?
It is a terrible morning, Desiree. That's one thing I can tell you. In your intro, you rightfully mentioned that at the time it was actually 6 people that had deceased during an accident between a truck and a bus. Well, the number sadly has risen to about 15 people. And to speak to that, I'm actually joined now by Mr. Mabaso, who's the spokesperson for Tshwane Emergency Services. Thank you so much for your time, Bra Charles. Can you just tell us what actually transpired? I understand that the call was made at around 5 a.m. this morning.
Good morning, Ofentse, and good morning to the viewers. Yeah, unfortunately, that is what it is. The call was reported to our call center at 5:05, and the emergency services arrived on scene to find multiple patients lying on the ground, as well as some still trapped both in the bus as well as the truck. And they then started with treatment and transportation, as well as the extrication of the injured, as well as those that were deceased. You are correct. In the morning when I spoke, the number was standing at 6, and it kept on rising until now. We are counting 15 deceased and then 37 injured.
If you can just explain to us from your observation of the crime scene, what exactly transpired?
Yeah, look, it is unclear at the moment. The accident occurred in the early hours of the morning, and this is a semi-rural area, and the visibility, could not have been that good. But we are leaving the investigation of the exact cause of the accident to law enforcement agencies. But yeah, it was dark, and anything could have happened at that particular time.
Thank you very much. Well, that's Charles Mabaso, the spokesperson of the Tshwane Emergency Services. I am joined now by Tshwane Metro Police spokesperson, Senior Superintendent Isaac Mahamba. Thank you so much for your time, Senior Sup. What measures have you taken to ensure that there's no traffic actually coming this way, and to ensure that there's no congestion as well? As I understand, you guys were on standby for a shutdown that was scheduled to take place today.
Good morning, Ofentse, and to your viewers. Currently, what I can report on is that the MMC of Community Safety, Alderman Tennyson, has sent the messages of condolences to the families, those who deceased in this particular accident scene, and again is wishing speedy recovery to those who are injured, those who were transported to the nearest hospitals around here in Tshwane. But to go back to your question is, currently M17 between N4 and K8 is closed for traffic while we allow SABC to investigate the cause of the accident. And as you can see now, those fatalities are still on the scene. They are experts who are trying to investigate the cause of the accident. And sadly so, as the TMPD, we are here closing, and again also we are sending a message of condolences. Again, to answer your question, when we plan for that possible shutdown in the city, we always anticipated that we might get complaints, for instance, concerning crime, accident, and other road policing complaints that we may receive. So we put people on standby for those. But again, while we are attending to this particular scene, we have a team that is constantly monitoring what's happening in the entire city about that possible strike that might happen. But we are safe to report now to say nothing is being reported in the entire city. It's collectively quiet, and we are happy about the proceedings. And again, we like to warn the members of the public to say they should refrain from spreading false information. That could be the cause that what happened, to this, making people like panicking about this possible strike of today. But we are safe to say, us jointly with other law enforcement agencies, we are monitoring that, but we have another team that is monitoring this accident scene, and the road might be closed for the coming 2 to 3 hours while we allow investigations to unfold as to establish exactly what could have happened.
And we understand from what Charles was actually saying from the Tshwane Emergency Services that this is a semi-rural area and visibility is not so good, especially around the time of the accident. Have you had such reports of accidents frequently here on this particular road that is the M17, known to locals as Rankakata Road?
Yes, this stretch of road in the past we had fatal accidents, and yes, it's a rural area. Visibility could be one of the cause of the accident, but we are saying we don't rule a possibility of, maybe you'll understand that in a head-on collision there might be that somebody could have overtaken in an unsafe area, but we're not saying that will form part of our investigation. You'll understand that this is a sharp curve, so we will just get information. We are receiving information from the members of the public just to get what happened, so we don't want to speculate at this stage. Let's allow SAPS to investigate further, but we urge again members of the public to say let it come with information that they might have, either to us as TMPD or SAPS, just to give us those information so that we can investigate. But we don't rule any possibilities what could have happened. And yes, this is one of the hotspot area concerning accidents. In the past we had a lot of accidents in this area, but they eventually they came down a bit, but we, out of my head, it's like the scary one that we have claiming so many lives on the spot. So in the past we had where we claimed about 1 or 2 people, fatalities on the scene. This one claiming 15 lives on the spot. It's rather, heartbreaking.
Thank you very much. Well, as you heard, that's Mr. Charles Maba. Sorry if you can mistake me there. I meant to say Isaac Mahamba, the spokesperson for the Tshwane Emergency Services, actually conceding that this place is one of the hot spots when it comes to accidents, saying over time the number of fatalities and accidents dropped, but it might seem that we might be going back to the bad old days where this road, the Hornsneck Road, known as Rankakata Road to locals, is actually claiming a lot of lives.